Hey guys, welcome to Josh's Weight Loss Diary, my carnivore journey, and welcome to day 243. Now, I have not recorded a video I went live like July 4th, I think, and hung out, and I haven't been doing my daily videos. And as a result, I know that I'm missing a lot of comments now. Nobody comments on my past videos anymore. So it's okay. I understand. I hope you guys don't feel abandoned. If you want me to go back to trying to do maybe daily videos, I could probably try. Life has gotten hectic. I've been, sort of doing a lot of filming, and I have been doing some video gaming here lately. Um, but I really do need to get back to the carnivore community because it really helps. And not just me, it helps you guys. I know I was getting messages from you guys, and it really was helping some of you for me to post videos. So I'm sorry if you felt like I abandoned you. But I am here, and I think I kind of withdrew from everybody, to be honest with you, because was I did the opposite of what I should have done. And that was I withdrew instead of leaning into you guys. And what I mean by that is like I started to feel I started to lose control of my carnivore diet a little bit, and I screwed up. Um, did I fall off the wagon? No. So you'll be happy to know I did not fall off the wagon. Now, with that being said, like I've been faithful to carnivore. Um, so how did I screw up? And that is I started to eat more than I needed to, and I was stalling my weight. And it it was because I was substituting carnivore foods for my old addictions. So let me explain, and maybe this is going to help some of you. So when you're like me, now remember, this is people that are like me. When you have a sugar and or carb addiction, okay? Yes, I am just over the eight month mark, but it doesn't mean that I'm not susceptible to cravings or old habits. And here's what I mean. So, in this last 30 days, since you guys really have heard from me, you know, as some of you may or may not know, I've been going through divorce. And these last 30 days have been pretty trying for me. Money's tight. I'm trying to do better things in my life, but it's hard. I have my roommate here. He's doing carnivore still. He's losing weight still. My weight stalled. My weight was starting to stall because I also was starting to bring in more dairy and other foods because, again, and I'm not putting this on my roommate, but like he was newer to carnivore. So with him being newer to carnivore, I was doing other recipes and the carnivore pizzas again and stuff like that. So I was taking in a lot more dairy. So my weight started to stall out. Well, some of that started giving me a little bit of depression, to be honest with you. And I know they say like carnivore, like a lot of times cured people's depressions or at least helped it. And it has helped me quite a bit. But I still suffer from bouts of depression from time to time, but it's a different type of depression. It's definitely a lot more manageable. I will say carnivore has helped me out tremendously. But the reality is I still have some depression and I have to find ways to break those cycles sometimes. But also one of the problems I was starting to find myself in is so here's the cycle I started getting into. And that was I was waking up for work and going to work. And then when I get to work, I would have not only like remember you guys I was notorious for like 2 hot dogs. Remember, I would eat 2 hot dogs and then come home, have a steak, maybe a couple eggs sometimes. And that was like my routine. And I'd have my coffee at the end of the night. And that was working great for me. But all of a sudden I started experimenting, like when my roommate, got here, and we started doing different recipes. If you guys remember, maybe one of my videos, shortly before I stopped doing videos, I talked about a chicken, and I may have talked about it in my live July 4th video, maybe, I don't know, but I did this fried chicken I made out of these flavored pork rinds. It was amazing. And I started getting into the flavored pork rinds, and the flavored pork rinds became a junk food for me. Even though, yes, I know pork rinds for the most part aren't too bad for you. They're still in the carnivore lane. But I was eating like, and let me get back to my routine. So I was doing like 2 hot dogs, and I was getting a 4-ounce bag of pork rinds, which was the larger bag, because at this particular gas station, they have 4-ounce bags of Turkey Creek dill pickle and hot and spicy. So I was getting one of each and eating half of each bag, or sometimes more, or like I could eat anywhere from 4 to 6 ounces of pork rinds. Then I would get home, or sometimes I would just get the hot dogs, but then I would get pork rinds later that day. And then I would have dinner. And for dinner, I would have steak and sometimes even a couple eggs. And then I would leave for my next job. And at the gas station, guess what? I was getting either more hot dogs and pork rinds. And so I'm taking in like anywhere from, almost 4 hot dogs a day, and I'm realistically taking in anywhere from like 4 to 12 ounces of pork rinds. Okay. And steak and everything, and butter, So the calories, I'm not even going to do the calories, don't matter. But my body was just like, dude. And then, of course, my coffee, man, I was like jacking up my coffee, like, and I think because of I was increasing the hot dogs and the pork rinds, guess what? I was wanting coffee more. So I was drinking like 4 of these cups at least a day, which is, again, I only would normally have 1, 2 at the most. 2 at the most. And those would be like on the weekends. Like I might wake up on the weekend, have a morning cup of coffee, and then I'd wait, and then I'd have another one after dinner. Well, again, I'm getting one at work, my first job, having one after dinner. I'm having one when I get on the road, or sometimes I'd even have I'd have at least 3 or 4 sometimes. Again, if I would, sometimes I'd make coffee to take to work, and then get one at work at the gas station, and then get one after dinner, and then get one at the gas station at my second job. So again, I was taking in way too much. And now the good news is, after all of that, my weight just stalled. I wasn't really gaining weight. And I know that some of you might say, well, what about your measurements? Well, I haven't measured myself yet. I'm going to do that Sunday. Okay. But I can tell you that I don't feel thinner. My shirts don't feel thinner. I don't feel, you know what I mean? So I don't think I'm losing a whole lot on that. And like I said, my weight stalled. I could just tell, I could tell. So the good news is, let's move on. So now that you guys know my sins of the last 30 days, and again, they wasn't horrible. Oh, and then on top of that, with that kind of routine, throw in also, I was doing dinners where I was doing more cheese. I was buying more cheese slices, shredded cheese, carnivore pizzas. I did a few different carnivore pizzas. You guys saw the one bread crust one. I did another bread crust style pizza, but I never filmed it. And I did like a carnivore cake. I was starting to make some. Oh yeah, and that was another thing. I was also starting to make desserts. I was starting to whip up cream, like heavy cream. I was starting to whip it, putting a splash of vanilla in there, and doing almost like eating Cool Whip. Put it in the freezer for just a little bit, and almost like an ice cream in a way, but eating like Cool Whip. So I'm like, again, taking in a lot of cream. Well, okay, so about 4 days ago or so, I cut all that out and now I'm back to my normal routine. So today, for example, the last few days, I haven't really had any pork rinds. I had 2 hot dogs today. Hot dogs are easy for me when I'm at work. It's a little bit of meat and but I had a couple hot dogs today and I had a steak, a big steak, probably like a pound, like a 16-ounce steak altogether. I ate like part of one steak and then I ate the equivalent of with another steak. So the first steak I had turned out a little tough. I tried a different cut of steak. I can't remember. It was like a bottom round or something. It looked like a thick New York strip kind of. And I cooked it like a strip, like in the air fryer. Oh, and for those of you that don't know, I have the Ninja dual air fryer now. So I'm making steaks back there in the air fryer. So for those of you that's been on me about getting an air fryer, guess what? I've been air frying now. I've got air fried steaks. I air fried some chicken wings. Anyways, but I tried this bottom round steak. I air fried it, and like the cook was perfect. It was like came out like a perfect medium, maybe even like just starting to like be in between medium and medium well, but there was still plenty of red. Perfectly cooked, perfectly seasoned with salt. Like the salt level was perfect. Flavor of the steak was amazing, but it was tough. It's the kind of steak that you're probably going to have to cook for hours until it falls apart, right? One of those type of things, like a roast type of thing. So I'm not going to do that again. I just thought I could try to see if I could get away with it because it was cheaper, and it was like a 1.25 pounds. And I was like, man, it was like 1.25 pounds. I was like, hey, and it was like $9 or so. I mean, I don't know. It was for the same cost of top sirloin. I got more. So I ended up I only ate a few ounces of it. And then I ended up giving it to my dog. Cause I didn't want to go to waste. I drank all the juice, off the plate because the juices were so good. Like I said, it was taste wise, it was amazing. So I hurried up, air fried me up a sirloin I had in the fridge and came out amazing. Of course, that. So I did end up having steak again, and that one was about a pound, but I didn't eat the full thing. So again, between the first one, that one, I ate about a pound of steak. So I am back to my normal thing. And I jumped on the scale this morning and I had lost a few pounds finally. So when I last left you guys, I was around 245, and then I kind of crept back up for the last 30 days. And I was weighing myself about 247. So I'd gained a few more pounds back, and I was just staying there at like 247. I was like, God dang. Now I weighed 243 this morning. So I am starting to finally start to see a reduction again, and I can tell. But for those of you that also are wondering, some of you suggested, hey, like a long time ago, some of you were like, hey, when are you going to start working out? Well, guess what? I started beast mode today. So me and my roommate got this. So it was an investment, and he wanted to work out. I wanted to work out. So now there's a way for us to bench and do legs and things like that, to do a variety of exercises. So I started out today and started to work on getting my barrel chest back and my guns and everything. So I am going to start doing some weights. I did start that today, and I'm going to be doing that Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. And I'm sort of following like a formula that was laid out. I forget the guy's name, but if you guys go into Dr. Chafee's videos and you look for the guy that talks about hormones, well, the last half hour, he gets into like bodybuilding and stuff. He's like a major trainer, and he had some really cool things to say. And I was really listening to what he was having to say about everything, but I watched the whole video. Of course, you want to watch the whole video. The hormone things is amazing, and it's awesome to understand that. But then that last 30 30 minutes when he starts talking about weightlifting and brings it all into perspective, it really hit home with me. So now I'm doing something similar to what he's talking about. So we're going to see how that goes. And so I'm excited for that. But guys, I miss you guys. I hope everybody's journey is doing well. I would love to see you guys back in the comments again. I miss the support, and I do want to start making more videos again for you guys. I miss you. And I just, again, I kind of withdrew a little bit, and I felt not like I kind of felt like I was failing in a way. And then whenever you start failing and you're doing videos, you start to feel hypocritical. But that was flawed. That was a flawed way of thinking. And I realized that, I had to realize that, look, this is my diary. This is where I need to come and talk about these things. And you guys always were here to support me and to listen to me do entries into my diary. So, so for that, I hope to come back and do more videos, and hopefully you guys will be back around. If not, I hope to see some other people, or I'm just going to talk to myself every day. So, but guys, I do love you out there. I miss you. And I really hope you guys' journeys are going well out there. I really do. And I still am always here for you guys, even no matter what. I'm still keeping the website up, allcarnivoreinfo.com. I've been sending to people to it in real life, trying to help them do that. We haven't really had any donations or any support for it since the beginning. So the funding for it's almost run out, but I'm gonna hopefully I'm still gonna fund it myself. If I have to, it's no big deal. In a way, like no matter what, I want to keep it going because I know it's a resource. I know I need to invest some more time in it. It's just right now, with all the filming and everything that we're getting ready to be doing and the stuff I'm working on, it's just life's been busy and that's how it is. But anyways, guys, I love you. Can't wait to see you guys again soon. And I'm probably going to go live Sunday. I'm going to do some measurements and we'll see where I'm at. So, all right, guys. We'll see you in the next one.